Every day, millions of people pick up a phone and say, hello. We treat it like a natural human greeting, but the word was a corporate protocol designed to solve a 19th century infrastructure problem. Over the next century, that utility would turn into a valuable commercial asset. In the 1870s, the telephone was strictly a business-to-business device. Early models lacked a call bell, meaning the line was permanently open. This created a severe bottleneck. Workers on either end had no way to know if the person on the other side was listening. You couldn't just start speaking. You had to figure out if there was a recipient at the other desk. Early telecommunications didn't suffer from broken hardware. The industry suffered from a corporate efficiency crisis that required standardizing of verbal protocol. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, offered a solution. He insisted users answer the open line with the nautical term, ahoy. Ahoy failed immediately. It was clunky, it felt unnatural for office workers, and the soft vowels failed to cut through the heavy audio static of early telecom equipment. In August 1877, Thomas Edison stepped in. He wrote a letter to a telecom executive preparing to introduce the telephone, proposing a different word. Edison chose hello, based on specific, data-driven acoustics. He noted that the crisp consonants and sharp vowels could pierce through the static and be heard clearly from 10 to 20 feet away from the receiver. You could literally shout it across a busy office. Edison's protocol won the market war. By 1880, hello was printed in the operating manuals of the first public telephone exchanges as the official standard. Standardizing this protocol turned a chaotic, open-ended wire into a reliable tool for business. Fast forward a century. Hello had long escaped the office to become the default American greeting. Once it was thoroughly embedded in the public vocabulary, the music industry realized it could be packaged and sold as a cultural commodity. In 1984, Lionel Richie released his own Hello. This graph shows exactly how dominant that single was. You can see three distinct trend lines, representing the pop, R&B, and adult contemporary charts, climbing simultaneously to peak at the #1 position. That crossover success generated massive revenue for the legacy music industry. Hitting #1 across multiple demographics meant selling millions of vinyl records and cassette tapes, pooling those individual chart victories into a single financial windfall. But massive revenue always attracts corporate friction. Songwriter Marjorie Hoffman White filed a lawsuit against Richie, accusing him of plagiarizing her 1978 composition, I'm Not Ready to Go. The lawsuit proved that Hello had transitioned from a free, open-source infrastructure tool into a high-stakes financial asset. It required strict intellectual property protection. By 2015, the music industry had transitioned out of physical commodities and into the modern digital streaming economy. Then Adele released her own Hello. The single hit #1 on iTunes in 102 countries simultaneously, a volume of transactions that set a new benchmark for what a digital release could achieve in a single day. Her team made specific business decisions to elevate the song's visual commodity. They filmed the music video using IMAX cameras for the highest possible production value, and cast actor Tristan Wilds to send a deliberate cultural message regarding tensions between authorities and the Black community in the U.S. The video reached 27.7 million views in its first 24 hours. This comparative bar chart visualizes that spike. The data shows Adele overtaking the previous daily records held by Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. Adele's release proved the digital streaming market was capable of generating immediate, staggering commercial spikes. The industry realized the volume of digital consumption was vastly higher than previous models had predicted. The song went on to sweep the Grammys, taking Record and Song of the Year. It also secured a Guinness World Record for reaching 1 billion views on YouTube in just 87 days, the fastest any video had reached that mark in the history of the platform. Over 140 years, Hello passed through 3 distinct stages. It started strictly as an industrial business-to-business standard, designed to fix a telecommunications user experience problem. It evolved into heavily guarded, multi-million-dollar intellectual property during the 1980s physical media boom. Finally, it functioned as a high-velocity digital asset, reaching 1 billion views faster than any video previously uploaded to YouTube. The journey of this word reflects how we've shifted from building physical tools of connection to trading the cultural content that flows through them. Every time we pick up the phone, we are participating in a legacy of commercial innovation that started with a simple shout across a quiet room.